Okay, so aloha everyone, and welcome back to our Girl Scouts of Hawaii Volunteer Training Program, cohort number 1. I'm Kiara Gaho, your statewide volunteer manager, and today we're going to dive into the life skills pillar, one of the key ways we help girls grow into confident, capable leaders. Here's what we'll cover today. Programs and gsEvents, your support ecosystem and roles for the programs department, destinations, leadership awards, bridging, and resources and next steps. Our hope is by the end, you'll feel more confident guiding girls through their own life skills journeys. Today's goals are simple: to understand how programs, events, and awards connect to personal growth. You'll learn how to help girls set goals, explore age-appropriate experiences, and even dream about traveling on their own through Girl Scout destinations. Again, we are going to be using Mentimeter today, an interactive tool that lets you respond to questions and polls in real time. You'll be able to share your thoughts and see live results on the screen instantly, helping us learn and share together. If you're on a computer, you can visit menti.com on your phone and type in the code at the top directly, or if you're honestly on a computer or your phone watching this, you can click this link in the chat that was just sent out by Julie. So that will just take you straight there. If it asks you for a code, today's is also in the chat, but it's going to be 41179298. Perfect. So while you connect to that, it should show up on the screen as well here. I'm just going to explain the Girl Scouts GHS Staff Programs team. So these are our council program partners, Sherelle, McKaylee, Mireya, and Tina, our go-to experts for events, leadership activities, and program support. If you ever need help planning or finding opportunities, this is your team. Their contact information is listed if you need anything programs related, which we'll dive into what exactly programs are, or if you are in the ASLP program, as we have our ASLP advisors as well. So if that's something you're in, you have a question about anything, how that's specific to you, any of these programs, you can just save questions for the end. Similar as last time, we'll try to get through the information quick, and then we'll have questions at the end. But if you do have a question that comes up that you don't want to forget, just type it in the chat and we'll have some of our staff members trying to answer that to the best of their ability. All right. Okay, hopefully everyone's connected to Mentimeter by now. If not, again, link is in the chat. But we're just going to start with a fun guess the number. So the question today is, how many girls are a part of the Girl Scouts or Girl Guides program worldwide? So I see we got one person guessing 5 million. I see we got one guessing the 11. Oh, we got 500,000. I'm gonna also try to hop in this meeting. Yay! Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'll give it about 30 more seconds. See, we got a couple mixed.
Recording is from.
Sorry. All right. Everyone good? Does anyone have trouble connecting to Mentimeter? All right. All right. So we got 3 answers. So the correct answer is the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts reaches 11.2 million girls and young women in 153 countries across our 5 regions. So congrats to the 2 people who got it right. It's 11 million. So yay, and that's such a large amount. There are actually 5 world centers in the WAGS organization. They host some destinations and volunteer trip opportunities in London, Switzerland, India, Mexico, and a traveling one in Africa. We're so excited to hear your stories to help us enrich your experiences. by joining us today is Kauai Service Unit Manager and lifetime Girl Scout member, Miss Joni Wings, to share some insight and empowerment with us today. Welcome, Joni.
Thank you so much. Well, you did part of my speech already. We do have 5 world centers, and a lot of times when we talk about world centers and destinations, we also include birthplace, which is in Savannah, Georgia. So that's another stepping stone to taking trips with girls. So I have been to London before it was Pax Lodge, but I still count nearly being Pax Lodge. I was 18 when I went to Chalet in Switzerland. Um, just a couple of years ago, I went to India, 2019, and became a friend of Sangam and a big encourager of a big trip like that. An interesting story for me about Sangam. I sat down the first night, and one of the things I want to talk about is there are young adult volunteers who come for a month to 3 months to 6 months and work as part of the program in each of the houses. So I sat down at dinner, and the young woman next to me took on her role very seriously and said, "Where is everybody from?" I said, "California." She said, "Oh, really? Where in California?" I said, "Oh, Northern California." She said, "Oh, where in Northern California?" I said, "Sonoma County." Now she says, "Okay, where in Sonoma County?" I said, "My town, Rohnert Park. Have you ever heard of Santa Rosa?" She said, "Do you know Zoe Becker?" And I said, "Yeah, we trained together." And she said, "That's my mom." So I had to go all the way to India to meet one of my best friend's daughters. But that's how the world of Girl Scouting is. No matter where you go, you meet another Girl Scout. And that's some of the points of the International Friendship Houses is getting to meet girls from other girls and young women from other countries. My daughter went for the first time when she was 13. She came home totally changed. She knew now that not just was she adopted from Ukraine, but there were people from Australia who were Girl Guides and Germany who were Girl Guides. There were Girl Guides all over. And that is one of the experiences that girls, even though they've heard about it, we've done Thinking Day, to actually travel is another thing. Um, I also have been to Arcabana, Nusa Cabana, as it's known now, and I'll be going back there in February. So I would be happy to talk with people about that adventure. I'm going as a friend of the Friends of Cabana, which is the fundraising group from Cabana. Um, so one of the things that there are at these places are girl programs. So you go and find out about what it's like to live in Switzerland or India or Mexico and London. Or there are leadership events. One of the most well-known one is Juliet Gordon-Low Leadership, and that's been going on for decades. And so they'll have program events that are about leadership, and the girls will come back and reproduce those leadership programs in our councils. So that's another possibility. There are also adult leadership sessions where adults go, either leaders or staff members who might want to find out what it's like to take a group of girls on such a big adventure. And there are also volunteer experiences. So girls can, as I mentioned, my friend's daughter went to Sangam for 3 months to volunteer as a program person at the houses. Um, and when we go in February, there will be a new batch of young women who are volunteering at Arcabana. So we've got all of those opportunities. You will come in this slide presentation, since I got to look ahead, to the progression of taking trips. And so there are lots of things that we will do in our troops and in our council to get girls ready and to acknowledge that some of our budgeting is for short-term goals and some of it might be for long-term and some of it might be for personal long-term goals. So those kinds of things are set up and encouraged by destinations and by visiting a world center. Um, as you will note, there are applications for taking the trip as well as applications for the event itself. That in and of itself helps the girls to learn what building a resume, applying for a job. All of these things are building life skills for our girls and our young adults to be moving into their next phases of their life. So, as much as I like to see girls keep going, I encourage girls, if you are going to take a quick year off, maybe you want to consider adding to your Girl Scout resume and to go to one of the sites to be a volunteer there. You can contact me at any time and I can help you get there. Take it away.
Yay, amazing. Thank you so much, Joni, for just explaining that Girl Scouts is worldwide. There's lots of opportunities for travel, which we'll get into in a little bit, but we appreciate you so much for sharing some insight. And we're just going to keep going. Thank you again. All right, so the life skills pillar focuses on helping girls build confidence and practical skills for life. Things like civil engagement, healthy living, communication, financial literacy, and global citizenship are a couple that they engage in. When girls engage in activities such as community service, mental wellness, career exploration, and more, they are shown to gain the skills and the inspiration to accept challenges, to overcome obstacles, develop greater confidence and a stronger sense of self, and are just happier overall and display more positive values in life. We also partner with community organizations in the area, some local ones, just to enrich these experiences. So if you're interested in having your true partner with one of our community partners, just contact the programs team or just one of us. You can join the group me and ask a question and we'll direct you the right way. Okay, and moving on to the life skills badges and programs. Life skills are a core part of every Girl Scouts experience, starting from daisies and brownies and continuing all the way through her journey. Our life skills programs help girls explore important topics at every level, building confidence, character, and real-world know-how along the way. We're here to support you through all of life's adventures. Beyond troop meetings, girls can earn badges through activities like sports, theater, dance, and so much more. Being a Girl Scout means you can grow in any direction that fits your life and your interests. So we have some programs that offer patches and some pins, as well as the badges they can engage in. This is a new one, the Body Appreciation and Healthy Living and Practical Skills. So they can work on these. And don't forget to check out the Award and Badge Explorer link. It was in the last resource guide, but it will also be in this one to find some life skills related badges, awards, and programs as you plan your year. These will also be on the volunteer toolkit when you're planning your year. Okay, and then just plugging in one of our resources as well, we're thrilled to share a new series of Girl Scout inspired stories, guides, and journals published by HarperCollins that you can always engage in with the girls to help them earn badges that are life skills related. These vibrant books let young readers and families everywhere experience the friendship, fun, and adventure of Girl Scouting in a fun, story, fictional way. And they're designed for ages toddler to middle school. The collection sparks imagination and inspires confidence and reminds girls they can do anything they set their minds to. And readers can also access these fun activities over here to earn some patches and discover what being a Girl Scout is all about. There's some worksheets right here that they can engage in and complete after reading the books to earn some badges. So just a resource that we just want to let you guys know is available to you. If you ever are in a little jam of what can I do at my troop meeting? Okay, and then our lovely Kauai Island manager, Miss Marissa Dennis, is going to take over a couple slides with programs and GSEvents.
Aloha, everyone. It's so exciting to be here and see everyone week after week, call after call, ready, willing, and able, and engaged with the Girl Scout program. The magic of Girl Scouts happens not just in troop meetings, it's the moments we explore the world beyond them. From badge workshops to outdoor days, these programs connect to new experiences and help the girls grow together. Next slide. Girl Scouts of Hawaii programs are important because they celebrate the unique spirit, culture, and community of our beautiful islands while helping girls grow into confident, capable leaders. Through hands-on experiences, girls build essential life skills, explore STEM, the outdoors, and entrepreneurship, all while learning the value of aloha, teamwork, and giving back. Oh, nope. I did next slide too soon. Okay, we're here. So, as volunteers, you each play a unique role, whether it's at the troop level or the service unit level. At the service unit level, you can volunteer to be a coordinator, and working with council staff to help plan a meaningful year. This could include connecting us with community partners, encouraging us to implement programs that we haven't yet that your service unit is interested in. You were your service unit's representative for council on what it is that we need to collaborate on providing for you guys. Within your troop committee, you can be a troop admin, which helps keep the communication and safety organized for your troops. So this can be collecting health history forms, communicating upcoming field trips, and safety waivers that partners might need ahead of field trips. And it's also making sure that you have the right people in your troop committee who are first aid CPR certified, you're finding lifeguards for when you're going swimming. That can be a really essential role to help support a troop leader as you guys go explore outside of traditional troop meetings. You can also become a troop helper. You can just be there to be a support and a chaperone during these meetings, or you can help prep. I know sometimes the biggest thing that helps me, even planning council events, is if there's a volunteer willing to make a caper chart for camp, Sometimes those resources kind of get buried or shuffled into the trash throughout the year. So as we come around to yearly events that we know that we need certain things, troop helpers can just be there to use their creative spark and supply some of those resources. Next slide. The main way that you'll be able to find your Girl Scout Council events and even some service unit events that are slowly coming onto our calendar this year is our gsEvents page on the girlscoutshawaii.org page. You'll be able to view them as a list or a calendar and pick what event is right for you. As you can see, there's a short description on the main calendar view page. You'll want to hit view details to receive more insight into what the chaperoning needs may be, what additional waivers might be needed for that event, or to understand if it is a reoccurring series that you can sign up for multiple times. This is also where you're going to be able to register for neighbor island events when you're visiting. And when you're out traveling in the summer, because you are a Girl Scouts of Hawaii member, you'll also be a member of our international organization. So you'll have access to view the gsEvents calendar for councils in other neighboring states that you may be visiting. For me, I grew up in Girl Scouts in Utah, and we have two amazing camp properties in Utah, Camp Cloud Rim and Trefoil Ranch. Camp Cloud Rim does a lot of water sports. They have their own reservoir on property. They also focus on a lot of artistics because they have like a pottery room in their lodge. Whereas Trefoil Ranch is like an equestrian camp, so girls can go get hands-on experiences alongside horses. So you're not just a member of Girl Scouts Hawaii, your doors are open everywhere you visit. Next slide. As Joni mentioned earlier, there is the outdoor progression and travel progression charts. We understand that Girl Scouts is not a one-size-fits-all program. Therefore, our progression chart is not a one-size-fits-all. This is a guide that helps Girl Scouts gradually build skills, confidence, and independence in outdoor settings. It's designed to help girls and leaders ease into outdoor experiences step by step. It's by starting simple and progressing towards more adventurous activities. In the example, you'll be able to see it starts at Lookout. This includes spending time outside, doing nature walks or picnics, learning to leave no trace, right? And then it progresses up to Move Out on short day trips or hikes, cookout, preparing simple meals outdoors, and eventually graduating to sleep out for an overnight camp locally or adventure out where you're doing an extended trip or even a council camp that girls might not have experienced for the first time, right? So as we are building all of these new members, please keep in mind that some of these girls in your troop, you might have a troop of 10, maybe only 3 or 4 of them have spent time away from mom and dad overnight. So you want to make sure that instead of just signing the whole troop up for an overnight camp, that you're keeping these things in mind and doing the troop meetings ahead of those overnight experiences to help prepare them for that first time out away from mom and dad. Next slide. Once you've grown through the outdoor progression chart, you can start looking towards the travel progression chart. This is usually catered to juniors and above, as that's where their travel opportunities start to bloom. It shows gradually, again, the readiness for longer and more independent travel experiences. Just like the outdoor progression chart, it starts small and builds as girls grow older and more capable. This may include just a short field trip, local outing to a museum, zoo, aquarium, trying to think of other things that we might have even on Oahu. A day trip could include like driving to the North Shore for a surf trip, or driving to Kualoa Ranch to do a service project in the Lo'i. So those are just some examples of where you can start. And again, in the middle, it's kind of that overnight extended trip. Maybe you have a big goal that you want to go over to a neighbor island for one of the camps. I know Big Island is infamous for their Halloween themed camps, and they're very popular. So if that's your goal, you'll want to make sure that you're prepping those girls with experiences on your island before you hop on a plane and send them away. And then our favorite part is national travel and international travel. So you'll want to make sure that you look at these pillars and really take into consideration if you as a troop leader and your girls individually are ready for those larger, bigger trips. One thing to keep in mind is us as a council are starting to take more girls on destination international trips. So making sure that you're prioritizing this year round so you're ready for when those applications come around are super important. We're also doing national travel and looking for girls to come with us to our triannual convention in Washington, D.C. next summer. So between now and then, you got some work to do. There might be some things you got to catch up on these progression charts. And all of these progression charts are super important because it builds confidence and safety awareness over the course of time. It encourages leadership and teamwork in outdoor settings and helps girls appreciate nature and environmental stewardship along the way. And it ensures both the girl and the volunteer develop the skills responsibly and safely. Next slide.
Thank you, Marissa. Just wanted to add with what Marissa was saying, I can just go back really quick. For any of these trips as well, we mentioned this in the previous Welcome to GSH orientation, but if you are planning on any of these trips, local field trip, day trip is probably where most of you guys will start. We will need documentation of it. So like I mentioned previously, our trips and travel application is on our forms and documents webpage on the Girl Scouts Hawaii website. I've linked it in this presentation's resource guide as well as last week's. You can just Google Girl Scouts Hawaii forms and documents or go to our resource page and you'll find the trips and travel application. Just make sure you're filling that out and getting that to us ahead of time. We do like to monitor, like we look at the roster. Okay, they're Daisy Brownie Juniors. Maybe they're not ready for an international trip. Does that make sense? So we'll monitor it. We'll just make sure that these are always, of course, suggestions. They're for you guys, for girl behavior, making sure they're ready. We highly, highly encourage you to follow these ages. And especially for the big travel, we can't approve like a Daisy going on a a big
Yeah.
international trip.
To
So
Kiara's point, if it's a day trip application, like you're a Daisy Brownie or Junior Troop, something smaller local, it's about 2 weeks ahead of the event that you want to send in this information. So council can have the time to review it, make sure that if you are doing something water related, that you do have a lifeguard on that roster. Whereas if you're doing like those longer extended trips, those overnight trips, you might want to give us more like a month, 6 weeks notice. And then international trips, you might want to do anywhere from 2 to 6 months ahead of time because you never know. We might be able to give you insight on some of our community partners in that area. Or we'll help you review what it is that you need as far as like traveling documents, how to travel safe internationally with the Girl Scout and Girl Guides in mind. But I think we're good. I think that covers it all. Thanks for catching that, Kiara.
perfect. Yep, just wanted to mention that. But now we'll move on to this. Now to sum up that section, we're just gonna do a little quiz. Hope you guys were paying attention. No right or wrong, but well, there is right or wrong, but it's okay if you get it wrong. On your Mentimeter screens, please try your best to organize. Okay, it should be, wait. I hope, like, I'm on the Mentimeter screen as well, and I hope you're able to. I might have messed this one up. Sorry, guys. Sorry if you're not able
No,
to
yes, we
rank.
can move them
Can
around.
you move it
Yeah,
around? I'm
we
like
can move
trying to
them.
see myself if I can move it around,
Click,
but
hold, and slide.
okay. Just organize the outdoor progression chart from Daisy to the bottom to Ambassador at the top, just showing those increasing levels of readiness, just so you can have a real understanding of what that looks like. So starting at the bottom, what's the best? Okay, yay. Okay, so it is working. Thanks, you guys. Yay. No, yeah. Okay. So we have one. I guess this might have messed it up ranking wise, but yep, like the daisies would be at level 1, looking out, spending time. Good job. And then the meet out, we'll have a meeting outdoors. Really good job. Oh, everyone's doing really good. Move out, then going on, just gradually progressing up, going on the short day trips and the hikes, cooking out, and then I'm pretty sure it's switched, if I'm correct. I think it's, yep, sleep out, and then going on to a big adventure. But yay, thank you guys for testing that out for me. I was a little worried that I might have given the wrong question. But yay, perfect. So everyone did really good. Thank you guys so much. And then just remember, with your guidance, girls can grow into resilient, capable leaders who are ready to explore the world with courage and joy. Okay, just moving on to be conscious of time. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about destinations. Girl Scout destinations are once-in-a-lifetime travel experiences where girls apply individually, not as troops, individually to explore new places and make friends from all across the world. Parents can help with applications, but these adventures are for girls to grow in their independence and confidence. So destinations, if we're following the progression chart, are for the older Girl Scouts who have already done the cookouts, the sleep outs, they've already been experienced and now they're ready. So this might not be anyone yet. If you guys are new leaders to younger girls, we just wanted to make it known that these are options for you. If the girls, to encourage the girls to stay, that they can travel. So here are some photos of Girl Scouts USA on destinations in the past. They've been able to go to Puerto Rico and just all around the world. Like I said, it's individual, so the girls will meet other girls from other councils and other troops. Or other troops, sorry. Super exciting for them to do that. Okay, so let's just walk through really quick how to apply for a destination or just to read a little bit more about how to do that. First, parents and girls should visit the Girl Scouts destination page on GSUSA website to just browse what trips are available. So they're at the GSUSA level that you're going to be looking for the destination. And then next, you'll choose the destination that excites the Girl Scout the most. So again, it's important to note that girls apply individually, so the parents do not attend. The goal is to just help the girls step out on their own, meet new friends, and gain independence. And then 3, make sure the Girl Scout meets all of the eligibility criteria for her trip, things like age and grade level, prior experience, payment deadlines, just to make sure that everything's in order to qualify for the trip. And then finally, you'll complete and submit an application for the chosen destination. Applications and FAQs can also be found on this website. So again, this GSUSA website, everything will be linked in the resource guide at the end, but you can just look on it on your own. You'll scroll down on this specific page and there'll be an FAQ there. Yep, perfect. So we'll keep going.
I would say if you have any more questions about destinations, look ahead on the gsEvents calendar for your desserts and destinations meeting that's usually held in August in alignment with the push out of new destination locations. So again, we're glazing over it in this meeting, but look for that desserts and destinations training that's going to be in person on your prospective neighbor island.
Yeah, just to reiterate or encourage that, yep, like this is just an introduction, but if you're really interested in it, there's a lot of prep steps. So this is not just you apply and then you're kind of left to just read a handout. There'll be meetings that you'll be able to attend once you're ready to explore this option. This is us just making it known to you whenever you're ready to explore that. And again, you can always contact our programs team that's linked in this presentation if you have a specific question on that. Okay, and just to do a little bit of promo for us, we have a destination option here on Oahu at our campsite, Camp Haumalu in North Shore. Girl Scouts of Hawaii Pacific Exploration in STEM destination invites girls to dive into the world of science, technology, engineering, and math in island style. Through hands-on activities and real-world experiences, girls explore marine biology, environmental science, and sustainability while connecting with local experts, peers from across the globe. It's an unforgettable adventure that blends leadership, culture, and discovery right here in the Pacific. I'd like to mention that we didn't get to put into the presentation that Maui's camp, Pi'i Holo, there's also a very engaging STEM camp. And that has brought a substantial group size in recent years. And you can always apply today for the next one. I think next year, June 24th through July 1st, 2026 on the Girl Scouts destination page. So once you're looking on this page, you'll see the Pacific in STEM and you can always apply for that one. Okay, moving forward, Marissa's gonna now hop in and take over some info on leadership awards.
Yeah, let's dive into some of the honorable awards that Girl Scouts can earn during their activities, service and Malama Aina within our organization. For those of you who are familiar with Girl Scouts, you may have used a journey for your badge work in previous years. You will still be able to earn these journeys till September 30th of 2026. They will never expire as a prerequisite for higher awards, which we'll cover in a later training series. So you'll know what higher awards are a little bit later. This is happening because GSUSA conducted research on how girls are leading in their communities today, and they found out that 82% of girls want to make a positive impact, and 56% of girls aim to be leaders. They just don't know where to start. So, drum roll. The solution are new Girl Scout Leadership Awards. These new leadership pathways empower girls 4th through 12th grade to discover their voice, lead with confidence, and make a difference in their world. They celebrate every way girls lead, whether it's leading themselves, their peers, or their communities, with flexible options that fit every girl's interest and schedule. The program helps them grow real-life skills like teamwork, communication, problem solving, all while preparing for their highest honors, the Girl Scout Bronze, Silver, and Gold Awards. Through our 4 pathways, personal leadership, peer leadership, teaching leadership, and community advocacy, girls will learn to lead with courage, confidence, and character. Whether they're guiding a team, mentoring younger girls, or creating change in their community, these awards help every Girl Scout shine her brightest and become the kind of leader our world truly needs. So very quickly, I'm going to go over what each pillar or each pathway consists of. The personal leadership pillar is the True North Award. It is building individual courage and confidence. Peer leadership is the silver and gold torch, where you learn to lead and support a team. Teaching leadership is our program aid, volunteer and training, as well as our CIT-1 and CIT-2. This inspires or gives you the ability to inspire younger kids by sharing your skills and experiences. This is the Teen Mentor program that we currently have within our organization. These are just the GSUSA pins that you will earn along the way. Each path builds real-world skills and confidence by meeting the girls where they're at. Next slide. For more detailed information, you can go to girlscouts.org/leadership awards to view, download, and print simplistic girl action plans and one-page volunteer guides. Some of the events to look out for if you're wanting to dive deeper into the leadership or higher awards is going to be Higher Awards Summit that's held yearly around October. And this will help you review the leadership award steps as well as the requirements for higher awards. This is going to vary from neighbor island on what time of the October that they are. We'll also be pushing out leadership awards workshops, again, varying times and situations by island, but it'll go into depth on each of these new leadership pathways. And then also don't forget to search your gsEvents calendar for community service outreach. I know one of our big goals in our organization is to increase the Girl Scouts of Hawaii visibility through more community service opportunities. So even if you go individually or as a troop, you'll get to earn hours towards your leadership pathway. Next slide.
Thank you, Marissa. Appreciate that. Again, might be for older girls. Usually they're for juniors. I'm pretty sure juniors and up, the leadership awards. But we're just wanting to mention that these are options for the girls so they can continue with the program. All right, so with our Mentimeter engagement, which of the two higher level programs, destinations, or leadership awards interests you the most, and explain why? So maybe this could be destinations for, it could be really good for my girl to get off the island for a week or so and have a different experience when she's a little bit older. Maybe she'll be going to college and it'll be nice for her to experience that beforehand. Or a leadership award, maybe yay! Maybe she's interested in some sort of community service and a mentoring program. Yeah, whatever you guys are thinking. I'll give some 30 seconds for answers. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Destinations, want the girl to see the world. Yeah, setting goals. It's really good. Like Marissa was saying, with leadership awards and the previous slide with the guides, it's a step-by-step process. So you don't just start working on a volunteer project. You'll set a goal. You'll work out the steps that it's going to take, and then you'll work on it. And it's really rewarding when they receive the pin, and then they get to wear their pin on their uniform. And we'll get to it when we talk about higher awards later in the program. But starting with the leadership awards will really help facilitate those higher awards. And then for them to say that they've completed a silver award or a gold award means they've really devoted community service time and development, which can be good for resumes and just all types of development. So awesome. I see that leadership awards really won this. And I thought that I just had a bet that destinations would, but this is amazing. Thank you guys for your feedback. Okay, Last but not least, we are going into bridging. So when the girls start moving up levels, just what to do. I love this quote, little girls into women grow, sharing with all others all that they know. Bridging celebrates growth. Plain and simple, it's when girls cross to their next Girl Scout level, symbolizing all they've learned and achieved. Plan together with your troop, make it meaningful, and let girls take the lead in their ceremony. So when planning, this is going to be the main parts of bridging. So just to clarify, when a troop is ready to bridge, so say you started with a fresh troop and they're all daisies, when they're ready to bridge, their grade level has made them brownies and their ages. The bridging process is up to at the troop level. How are you going to do it? Are we going to make a bridge? Are we going to be at a bridge that's a local bridge? Or I remember that when I was bridging, we didn't have any bridges around us, so my mom just put a plank of wood over our pool. And that was our bridge, and it was great. I loved it. It was so awesome. But it's really up to you, homemade. It's just the concept of them crossing is where it is at. So talk with the
If
girls.
you're on, sorry, Kiara, if you're on a neighbor island, I have two bridges in my office that are available to borrow for the island of Kauai. So you might want to reach out to the programs team or your service unit managers on your islands to see if there's one that's already out in the community. I know I acquired one of mine off Facebook Marketplace just this summer. I only had one, but now I have two.
Yeah, and feel free to just right now, if you don't really know where to find those resources yet, you can just ask in the group me, like, hey, where can I find a bridge? You can always use that group me even when even when this program is done. That's what it's there for. It's there for you for your whole experience of Girl Scouts. That's why I'm in it. That's why we have Girl Scout staff in it. But then once you make the plan, you'll organize the ceremony and your materials. You'll get the new vest, the bridging kits, and the awards. So they'll need, they're bridging into brownies. They'll need their new vest for that. So you'll get that at the GSUSA shop or the Aloha shop. And most of the shops have, at least ours do, have the bridging kits that it's just the insignia, where the insignia goes. And then you'll hold the ceremony and make sure the girls do take that leading role in planning and running it. Their participation will increase as they get older. And it's more than a tradition. It's really a moment of pride and progress. And just to show a little bit of their insignia that will be important when they bridge, we'll start with the rainbow. So in Girl Scouts, the bridging rainbow represents the transition and growth girls experience as they move from one program level to the next, symbolizing how each step connects their past and achievements to future adventures. So it reminds girls that every level builds upon the last, connecting their skills, friendship, and experiences, like colors blending into a single bright arc. So you'll get one of these. So along with the uniform, you'll make sure to remember to purchase the rainbow, and that will go on their insignia too, that show they have bridged up. And along with that is the membership stars and discs. These are also a part of the insignia. Each level has its own star and disc color, a small but powerful symbol of achievement. Discs represent completing a level, while the stars recognize accomplishments throughout the year. It's a visual reminder of every girl's journey of growth that transfers to the uniform every time you bridge. And here's a little disc color guide just for you when each girl is going to be bridging up. Okay, and that is all the material we had for today. Again, we did finish early, yay, so we have time for questions, as well as we'll just be able to, just as a reminder that this PDF, along with a resource guide, will be sent out to the group me, similar as how last one's was, for you to just save to your resources to refer back to and to use all of the links. You can just click all of the links, all of them are there for you. So just wanted to remind you of all of these key points before we close. Remember to connect with your fellow volunteers and staff through the group me, through the emails we provided, or our Facebook page. Use programs and events to enrich troop life when you feel ready to move out of the troop meeting. Support girls in earning awards, traveling, and bridging with pride, and stay engaged through our communication channels. Julie just sent the link to the GroupMe. If you guys haven't been a part of the GroupMe yet, it's a really good resource that will, since you're a part of this program, will follow you and you can always utilize if you're ever in a jam. And our next training will focus on entrepreneurship. That's going to be next week. Again, the same sessions will be available. You only have to attend one. I was getting people worried they had to attend 4 in a week. Like, it's just one. And this is going to be really interesting and important, I will say, because it's going to be about troop funds, finances, and cookies. So I recommend you want to come to this one just to listen in to see. We're going to try to have some of our staff, our retail staff, to share some cookie season information. But between now and then, try exploring the volunteer toolkit and upcoming GS events as well to just review. No need to sign up yet. Just review, see what you would like to do. And then just a reminder with if you don't see anything you like on these, with any trip, you're able to mold it. So if you didn't see any GS events or programs that you want to engage in, but you know that you could take the girls to the cat cafe, or you could take the girls to beach cleanup that you're a part of, or organization you're a part of, that's perfectly acceptable, and we encourage that. If these are just resources for you, just remember to submit the trip and travel and application so we can approve it and make sure that we have a record of what's going on. Okay. Oh, also, I just wanted to mention with this with the meeting, you should have been able to sign up for a date on the Microsoft form. It had all of them on it. But you should have been able to it had all of those. If you ever need to just hop into another meeting, the Zoom link will be the same. It's this one. Just hop in. It's gonna just remember Sunday, Tuesday through Thursday, 6 to 7. That's all, and just use that same Zoom link. Again, communications and support if you need it. Just great way to connect, ask questions. I know that 2 of the volunteers in our last week were in the same area. They just found out they were in the same area, and then they were like, let's kind of chat offline of this, or let's have a direct meet, and hopefully they'll be able to meet. So this is the point, we're trying to make community. Okay, and so mahalo, thank you so much for listening to that. I know we have about 12 minutes left for questions. I just want to see how confident for our last Mentimeter engagement you all feel signing up for a Girl Scouts program now. Yay! Ready to sign up, still learning. Just remember that we are still on our journey, and together we're helping girls build the skills to lead their best lives. Perfect. So I know we still have kind of a small group tonight. I know we went early, but I know that was a lot of information, so we'll leave it up to some questions for now. But yeah, if everyone feels okay, this is the end of the presentation, but yeah, I'll open it up to some questions right now if anyone has. Okay. Perfect. If you ever have one again. Oh, Julie. Yes, Julie.
Hello. If your daughter didn't bridge up, but like have a bridging ceremony, but did go from one level to the next, can they still wear the bridging ribbon, or is that solely for like if they did the ceremony?
The rainbow? You mean the rainbow?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Marissa. They can because they bridged. Is that correct? Wait, sorry, Marissa. I want to say that's correct. I want to say that's correct because they bridged up. The girls get the rainbows when they are one level and move up. They wouldn't get it if she just joined at that level, that age. But yes, she can get the rainbow. Yay. Awesome. I'm glad again, this was a lot of information. It might be for your older girls, you might have daisies, brownies, juniors that might not be engaging in this yet, but it is something to share with them that they could look forward to. A big trip, even a camping trip, even to a neighbor island. I know that that was really important to a lot of the girls here on Hawaii, that they would be able to just see the world, and travel is so expensive, yeah. But yay, thank you so much, you guys. Again, I'll leave this here, communications, and we hope to see you next week for our entrepreneurship meeting. But join the group me, stay involved. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, Joni.
Bye.
Thanks for sharing. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna stop recording now.